Hi everybody, I am back. I got such an intuitive message today that I decided to come along and share with you guys. There's a lot going on right now. Kept a pretty light filter now with this one. So again, lighten the mood, you get it? Light. So, message, right? Let's hop right to it. So, if I look a little tired, it's been a long, busy weekend, and I'm also not exempt from this purging that everyone is going through right now with the spiritual energy that's blowing through a lot of cities, especially a lot of major cities right now, to cause a lot of wake up for a lot of people. And if you've already been awakened to your light body, then there's a lot of purging that's going to happen to dig out more of the things that prevent you from moving further into light or into a higher consciousness. So many people, there's an epidemic going on right now as far as illnesses go. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about, the F word. I'm talking about the flu. Just saying. Now, for all scientific purposes, yes, some people get sick, yes, things happen, immune system, blah, 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 blah. There's something going on in the spiritual level as well. There are people out here that are getting sick and it's not the flu. And it's not necessarily ascension either. What's happening is that if there are any blocks inside of us, this year, they're going to start manifesting more quickly as actual illnesses. For instance, if you don't speak your truth, then your throat is going to get a little scratchy. You might get laryngitis if you're really not speaking up. You may get like what feels like cold in your throat or like a cough, or if your third eye is not up to par, or if you are not using the qualities that come with our energy centers or appropriately, there may be illnesses linked to it, such as headaches with the third eye, dizziness when it comes to the crown chakra being off balance, solar plexus in your tummy. You might find that you have tummy aches, stomach virus, or things of that sort. Lower navel, you might have issues with indigestion, different stuff like that. And it all comes from not adhering to the spiritual side of where these illnesses or discomforts or diseases come from. I'm not at all discrediting modern medicine. If you feel sick, please do go to a doctor. But this year, a lot of our light bodies are really fusing with the tangible and the what we consider real, because we're experiencing it with our basic five senses. But what's happening this year is that, again, spiritual blocks will become actual illnesses in people's bodies. If, for instance, if you're holding on to something in your mind, you may create blocks around your sinuses. You may get, again, headaches on certain sides of your head. Different things of that sort. If you're having root chakra issues, you might have some issues with your reproductive organs or with your legs or things of that sort, of the areas of the body that ground you or that are associated with that energy point. Now, that doesn't mean that everyone that's not familiar with the energy grid will be completely susceptible. It just means, again, to know yourself and think, hey, if I'm feeling this right now, what am I not doing spiritually or energetically? If you're not, completely spiritual, energetically, where am I having these blocks at? Or even emotionally, where are my emotional blocks at? Am I holding it in my shoulders? Is this why my back hurts? Is this why I feel dizzy all the time? Again, if it's really out of the ordinary, it's affecting your everyday life really badly, please see a doctor still, because holistic, it's all about treating the mind, body, and spirit. And everyone is not going to be a specialist at them all. You got the at them all. You got your doctor for your body. You got holistic healers such as myself for the spirit, or even emotional things, depending on where you tie your emotions to, whether it's spiritual or if it's physical, everyday, not spiritual issues. It really depends on what your faith is. So that's one of the messages that are running through. Another message that's running through is there's kind of this undercurrent of lower vibration. Some people may consider it darkness. Some people may call it Kabbalah. Some people may call it the devil. Well, whatever the name is, it's running. It's running a very low current. And what it's doing, it's kind of being sneaky. It's running below, right below the light, but close enough that if someone dips down, it can really affect you and your vibration and your level of consciousness at this point. This year is a really big turning point for a lot of stuff. I know a lot of people say that about 2012. They say it about other years. Well, it's all those years are pivotal as well, but in different ways. So in this year, it's really about embracing and fusing our light bodies, our consciousness, our Christ consciousness, our souls, however you put it, along with our physical flesh, skin, and blood, and bones. You know, got some bones up in there. So there's a lot really going on. I just wanted to come on really quick to share that message that a lot of our emotional blocks, a lot of our spiritual blocks will manifest in the physical as discomfort, as illness, as a sickness, or as a dis-ease, and things of that sort. So I am available for counseling and Reiki. There are plenty of practitioners out there. There are apothecaries. Nourished Earth Apothecary is one that's really great with catering to the holistic aspect as well. So there's a lot of people. There's a lot of resources. And if I can't help you, then I certainly point you in the direction of somebody that can, because this year really is a year where we need to wake up and sync up with ourselves, with a higher consciousness, with God or the universe, or whatever you identify with. It's really time to kind of become one, to really walk our truth. Instead of just being out here, you know, preaching about it or talking about it, it's time to walk our walk and talk our talk, okay? It's time to be true to ourselves and be true to our inner selves, and not just what we see in the mirror every day. There's so many more layers to us, and that's going to become so much more apparent this year, that these things are all interconnected. The body's not separate from the spirit. I mean, if we were, we'd probably be dead, honestly. But these things are not separate. This is why a holistic approach is the best when it comes to treating things, because you're hitting it from all sides. So any questions, feel free to inbox me, email me, waywardholistics@gmail.com. Holistic Hangout will start having regular hours as well, so I will be doing my treatments there and in a nearby space. So be very watchful of your hearts and of your minds and of your body. It's really time to be intuitive in self, to see, where do I need to work on things? Where do I need to clear things out? Where do I find that it's not flowing so much for me in my life? Is it career? Is it love life? Is it family? Is it relationships? This purging is for the best. It's to create healthier relationships, healthier life circumstances, a career that you love, and a life that you can really live instead of survive and get through, okay? Because it's really time for us to build ourselves up. And when we do that, it's like the man in the mirror effect. It builds up the community, it builds up society, it builds up the world. So these times are important that we focus on ourselves. They're really not for nothing. It's for everything. So love you guys as usual. I am not exempt for some of you that are still letting people go that have been in your life for a while. That should be trailing off in the next week or so. We got a great full moon coming up for those of you that are into those rituals and such. So definitely take advantage of that energy. It'll be great for manifesting, great for releasing, and just really, again, doing a lot of inner listening to see where we could do some work. Because again, this year, we're going to start seeing the non-physical manifest in the physical in our own bodies. So it's important to be so aware, to eat healthy, get sleep, drink a lot of water, and really take care of ourselves, okay? So bye guys, that's all I have tonight. Share, comment, like, let me know any feedback. So have a great night, everybody. Protect your heart, protect your spirit, and protect your mind. Bye.